Something Musical, the first in a series of songs and explanation, by Dave Moorman. One day, as Dave sat down to compose a new tune, Sherry asked him what he was going to write. He replied, "I don't know, something musical." And since his music processor requires a title to begin a new creation, he typed in, "Something Musical." Dave is not much of a musician. When he was in second grade, his music teacher got him into piano lessons. These continued for about 5 years, but to be honest, Dave only reached a modest level of proficiency. His last recital piece was Beethoven's For Elise. Then, two things happened on the same evening. Make that three. First of all, Dave wanted to play basketball. His only problem was that for 12 years, Dave was the unathletic one in the family. That would be his sister, Jane. But Dave thought that basketball would be a great sport. He really tried to keep up with the other guys, doing all the wind sprints and dribble drills. But by the end of the second afternoon of practice, the coach knew how it was going to be. He made it clear, "You're probably going to be only a bench warmer." As Dave left the locker room, he felt hugely disappointed. Once again, he failed to be the kind of guy everyone looked up to in a small-town grade school. And yet, in some deep place, Dave was relieved. Practice was more work than he anticipated, for a not particularly desired accomplishment. He trudged the 2 blocks to his house, feeling glum and disappointed. But during practice, snow had fallen, a light, new, beautiful layer of whiteness on the ground. And beneath a streetlight, the crystals glinted and sparkled like magic. It was, in some way, the most delightful image Dave ever saw, before or since. As Dave entered the house, his mother, Mildred, was sitting in a strange place, right in front of him, showing just her back. She seemed to be trying to cover something up with her body. As she turned around, Dave saw what it was, a Thomas electronic organ. His dad, Bill, loved music, and played nearly every band instrument. His favorite was the trombone. However, he was only proficient at one line of music at a time. The piano was a chore for him, what with all those notes to be played by both hands. On the piano, he would have to hold a note and chord a long time while figuring out the next. And, since it was a piano, the sound faded away. Bill had recently left running his own business, which involved many nights of writing an IOU for the cash drawer in order to get some groceries. The Northrop King Seed Company hired him as a district sales manager, with a bit more travel and a steady paycheck. His store had kept the family alive for some 14 years, and he was delighted that closing it cost him only $400. More importantly, with this new job, he had the privilege of discretionary funds to budget. So the old upright piano was traded away for an electronic organ. The advertising copy claimed it was an orchestra at your fingertips. And this was exactly what Bill loved. The music came with chord letters above the melody line. With some practice, he found that making real music could be accomplished with one finger in the right hand, and a set of chord positions in the left. He even learned to use his left foot to play the bass pedals. For the rest of his life, Bill would get home from his travels and immediately sit down to the organ for at least 30 minutes of pure music and relaxation. From Dave's perspective, the major point at the moment was that the piano was gone. No more lessons. No more daily practice while mom was cooking supper. No more infinite scales and meaningless exercises. No more Bach. Dave exclaimed, "Oh, my aching Bach." Thanks for listening. Be sure to click like and subscribe to hear more of Dave's life in music.